rocks out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
You heard the man. Woodward Sports, let's go. Braylon Edwards Show. I am your host, Braylon Edwards, and this is the crew. Excited to bring you a fun, laid-back, relaxing Friday. Chat, how you doing? How you been? What's new? What's good? Glad to have you with us, man. Introducing the cast and the crew. My co-host, you know him, Anson Wells. What's the word, brother?
I'm in a great mood, man. The weather today is absolutely perfect. Yeah. Everything in my world is good, except for New York. We'll talk about that.
Except for what's your infatuation with the city of New York?
It's not. I have no infatuation with the city of New York. My ex went to Parsons. I spent a lot of time out there. Good place to visit on occasion. 20 years ago, it has fallen into chaos, disarray, and anarchism, if you will. But
that sounds like New York.
But there's some serious, there's
like
some heavy irony going on in New York right now. There's another word I'll use, but I'm going to say that.
Sounds like fun, man. We'll get into that in a minute. But today, World Cup starts.
Yes.
Team USA tonight, 9 o'clock, SoFi Stadium. They will take on Paraguay in round 1 for them. Excited because I fell in love with World Cup and what it was. As I say, what's up to my boy Gordo, Sweet Potato Cam, and B-Lad over there. And oh, by the way, you got somebody else lurking in the shadows, ladies.
Where you at?
You see him. That is the main man, Brandon, a.k.a. Kool-Aid, in the building. We'll be on the show today.
What up, though?
But yeah, I thought that was a good way to start. Just World Cup 2014, fell in love with World Cup. I was living in Miami. I was down there. That's when World Cup happened for me. And just going to the dive bars, man, and seeing all these people dive into this culture, pun intended on that word right there. But just see all the uniforms, all the kits, all the colors, all the flags, everybody on the beach, everybody waving. And to see Team Brazil, who is, when you think World Cup, when you think soccer, you think Pele, you think of Brazil, you think of the green and yellow. They have the most
Maradona.
100%. So
love the way he celebrated, bro. Great celebrations.
Maradona, that would be Argentina.
Argentina. Did you ever see him do the line after a goal?
I did, 100%. And that got his ass
the
in
trainer
trouble.
just comes up with it.
That got him in trouble. But I think I fell in love with the concept of what it was. Legitimately 2014, Brazil, they're trying to get back. They're trying to get the win. They're trying to take it up. And they got rolled on by Germany. I remember just watching the people. It was like 4 Germans in there, and it was the Brazil bar. And you thought it was going to be chaos. I say all that to say, what is everybody's base understanding of soccer? What is everybody's base understanding of what World Cup is? So, got a couple questions. I'm going to see what you guys know, chat. I'm going to see who knows what, if you know anything.
Put us to the test.
Let's get it going.
I feel like you're going to do the best, Cam.
Cam is ready. Cam's shopping at the
closet soccer guy.
Yes. Chat, how much do you know World Cup? How much do you know soccer? So here we go. I started off. The team with the most World Cup wins ever. This should be a little layup. This is an easy toss. You hold your tongue on this one. Relax. We'll get it going. Team with the most World Cup wins. What say you?
Brazil.
It is Brazil. Do you know how many?
7.
Two less.
5. Huh?
There you go. 5 wins for Brazil. The most ever. All right. Now, do we know what? Yeah, I'll save that. What country won the first World Cup in 1930?
England.
I'll give you a hint. It sounds like the team that Team USA is playing tonight.
It's not England, huh?
No, it is not.
Uruguay?
There you go. It's not Paraguay, but it's Uruguay.
Really?
1930, they were
Well
the first.
done.
That's an interesting fact.
They were the very first
Oh,
team
you gave
to
him
win
the hint, though, the rhyme.
in 1930. Well, you have to in this sport. Yeah, you have to.
For a second, I just thought he knew that. I was impressed.
All right, here we go. Here's another layup for you guys out there. Don't overthink it. Just think of what you've heard before. What player is known as the king of football, and that football has a U in it, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, Pele, bro.
There it is.
Come on.
Nice. Pele. When you think of soccer, you got to think of
Hell
Pele.
yeah.
One
OG.
Or at least you used to, because there are some guys trying to challenge that nowadays. All right, how many players are on the field
You said
for
Pele.
a match? You like I did that. How many players are on the field for a match?
Ooh, I
To start, you
I
have
think
to
it's
have
11?
Hey, just like the football.
Doug,
field.
you know more soccer
It
than
is
you-
11.
than
Soccer,
you think.
look at that.
I'm telling you, I know some soccer.
You guess
Yeah,
15.
you-
I know ice soccer, bro.
Rugby,
Or,
there's 15 on each
field hockey.
Same size field, 15 on each team.
30 people on the field.
Yeah, and only one ref. That's a sir. That's it.
Okay.
That's your
That's
Rugby.
That's rugby.
oh,
Yeah,
By
that's
the way,
rugby.
I'm repping the
Shout out
the
to rugby.
Quins
I see
kit
my guy out
today.
here.
Shout out.
nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to
Shout
get some
out.
of your footage in here next time we have you.
I was
Okay,
just
I'll
about
have
to
to
ask
dig
that
up
as
that.
I was just about to ask that as a question. What is the jersey called in soccer? But since you asked that one, what is the field called in
Oh,
soccer?
come on. Oh,
On the
Check.
pitch.
There we
Oh,
go,
the
ladies.
They're all on the pitch.
There we go. It is called the pitch. All right, I already asked that question. We got that going. What card? Now this is an easy one. What card signals an ejection from the game, ladies and gentlemen?
Rojo.
There it is. It is the red card. When you get the red card, I'm glad the camera wasn't on because it's a little delayed right there. My arm got stuck. When you get the red card, ladies and gentlemen, your butt is going home. So let's stick with that. What is the fastest expulsion, ejection, or red card ever given in World Cup tournament competition?
27 seconds.
Okay, you're on the right track.
dang.
You're on the right track.
I mean, there had to have been some pregame activities.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Pre-game hatred.
I don't know. That.
56 seconds in
wasn't too far off.
1986.
A minute
It was 100%. It was Jose Bautista and not the one that used to hit home runs for the Toronto Blue Jays. 1986. 56. How can you imagine waiting 4 years for World Cup just to get kicked out in 56 seconds?
Worth it.
But maybe that's what he was
What'd you
waiting
say-
for.
What'd you
High
say, Gordon?
energy.
Well, it depends on what you're getting a red for. But if you get a red, you got to be doing something bold
Yeah.
to get a red card.
Wasn't that one of the big things with David Beckham early in his career? Didn't he get a red card and get ejected in World Cup like 02? Like him and his country fell out over it anyway. That's just neither here nor
Probably
there.
just being a smart ass.
All right. What does FIFA stand for?
Federation International Football Association.
This is like a one man stand.
Well, I'm not
One man
gonna-
stand. Shout out.
Yeah,
shout out.
Devin's streaking right now. He's streaking.
How's the
We're
chat
gonna
doing?
let him ride.
Is the chat getting this right? People in the chat knocking this down. What club does Mbappe play for? Not what country. What club does Mbappe play for? Mbappe, a part of an amazing match last World Cup, the finals, France versus Argentina. We talked about that one a little bit, man. That was legendary. Went down into extra kicks. I think he had 4 goals that game, and they still lost.
I don't know.
Lit it
I don't
up.
even know what nationality
I know the
Mbappe
last
is.
club he played for was PSG. I don't
There
know
it
Look at
the
is.
this
name.
guy.
There it
Paris
is.
Saint-Germain.
Paris Saint-Germain.
I know that. I know
Paris
that one.
Saint-Germain. Okay, here's a fun one. And this one's going to get us to our next quick topic. What is Team USA's best finish
In history.
in history?
know this one.
In World Cup. What's
World
their
Cup
best
history?
finish?
Quarterfinals.
Yeah.
That is the modern era. It's the quarterfinals. That would have been in 2002.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. I don't want to say it was
I was in Vegas
Japan.
for that.
Yeah. that
We
was
had
in
a
Japan.
big old party at like
The
6
Japan-
in the morning
Did
in
they
our
play
hotel
Japan?
room. Yeah.
Yeah, they lost to Japan. That was in 2002. That was in the modern
We were
era.
hyped.
But they got a little further.
Really? Back in the day.
Yeah, 92 years. What is it? 82 years prior to that.
When there was like 18.
1930, they finished 3rd overall.
Whoa. And that's probably
1930.
the furthest they'll go in our lifetime, to be honest.
That sucks.
Is that like
being
national
real.
championship?
Why is that though?
Being real with you.
Like why is that?
Because we own football, American football. We spun football, and American football is our king sport, and that's where the most energy and focus is.
Well, I mean, football is the cheapest sport in the world.
Yeah.
All you need is a ball and 2 oil drums, right?
Yep.
Basketball, you actually need a hoop, but that's why it caught on fire when the world learned about it in '92. Because all you need is a basket or a ball. I'm saying, but then the other stuff, like you need a bat and a bag and a glove and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't even get you started on hockey. You know what I'm saying? So
That's expensive ass sport. I said hockey. That's expensive ass sport. All right, cool.
It's
So
real
so
expensive.
since that's their highest finish ever, which is 3rd place, 1930. Since we know they don't typically get far, how about we play another game? How about we compare Team USA to a college football program? So what college football program would you compare Team USA to? Heard this earlier today. I thought it was a great topic. Not one of my own, but it's one I stole, and it is a good one.
That is a good
What college football program, would you compare to Team USA? Team USA has never won a World Cup. Team USA is a situation that has a lot of funding all of a sudden, but they never seem to come through. The players are just okay. Don't necessarily the players that are household names that you're watching or you're buying kits for and things of that nature. What college program comes to mind when you think of that?
Michigan State.
Ooh.
And I'm going to take it a step further.
Did you go state on that?
I did. I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to go a step
Michigan
further.
State?
The women's team is Michigan. Okay. Completely different focus and intention with both clubs. Like, one's a redheaded stepchild, and one is really kind of the pride of women's sports. Obviously, our basketball team's great too. But in terms of being able to dominate the world game the way that the women do, as much as I hate it, with this recent national championship, you return Michigan to that glory. But when you look at State, comparing them to Team USA, there's been these times like 2002, which reminds me of a certain coach that had us beating Michigan and getting us to bowl games and getting us into the playoff system, but never could actually maintain it for a long time. Now, I wasn't alive in the 60s when Michigan State was great, so I can't really reference that. But honestly, Team USA gets you excited, teases you, and then just leaves you with some blue balls. We'll go back to that conversation. But honestly, like in state, if you're a soccer fan and you're a male and you're frustrated by it, it's just like being in state here and being a Spartan and watching all this money and attention go to Michigan while your program just sputters decade after decade.
Michigan State, a little self-deprecation from the Detroit.
Self-honesty, bro. Self-realization, man.
I appreciate that, though. 100%. Sweet potato can. What do you have for me? What program do you compare to?
I'm gonna stay in the Big Ten here and go with the Wisconsin Badgers.
That's not a bad one at all.
No,
that's
it's
not
not.
a bad one at all.
They're always in the running.
Yep.
They're still kind of like mid.
Ooh, that's
they
good.
qualify, but
Paul
they're
Chris.
not like they don't quite like advance that far. They just don't. There's not like a strong legacy there, like your Spain national team or German national team. This is Wisconsin, who we all know who owns the Big Ten though. It's Big Blue. And,
cute, but never winning shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
OSU.
This is true.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Now you got Oregon snuck in that conversation as well. I took a different approach. I went with the Texas A&M Aggies.
F the Aggies.
I went to the Texas A&M
Aggies.
Well, hear me out. I know you hate them because you're UT, hook 'em horns, the whole 9 yards. But Texas A&M is a team that you always hear about, but they never cross the finish line. Texas A&M is a team that has the money. They got all the oil drums. They got all the backings. They spend countless dollars. I got you, countless
That's a
dollars.
good one,
countless
dude.
money, year after year after year.
The money angle I didn't think about.
They legitimately spend all that money. You know what their best finish ever was? And this is where you knock it out of the park. It was 1936. They won 11-0. The same best finish for Team USA Soccer in the 30s. So I think realistically.
That one's pretty brilliant, dude.
Because they have the money, they have the backing. Team USA has the money. If you look at the brands that represent Team USA Soccer, man, you're talking Sony, you're talking I can legitimately go down the list of sponsorships that they have, Panasonic, Sony, and all the ones that they have here in the USA. They get the money. They spend it on this team. You know about Team USA, but they don't cross the finish line, and most of the times they don't even particularly get close. So I think Texas A&M would be a good comparison for what Team USA is.
I love that. Side list with our first super
and it's getting
chat.
better. Team USA is getting more popularity, just like Texas A&M is gaining more popularity ever since Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Side list, $5 super chat. Braylon's going to let you know what you're going to get at the end of the day as well.
Hey.
But listen, he has an explanation as to why USA soccer's not great. Because FIFA killed soccer in its infancy in America, and the country became anti-European during the Great Depression, focusing on American sports. Interesting take.
I don't know if that's a take. I think that's real.
Sounds like history.
I think that's very real, and I think we spent a lot of our best athletes who started putting them into football. Baseball was already the sport, then basketball, and we spent those three, and then those three become popular. Now all our kids are trying to play one of those three, and not playing soccer as well. Soccer is like the first sport I played, realistically. At Rosedale Park. Shout out to Rosedale Park.
What position were you?
Rosedale
You would have been a hell of a goalie, bro.
I was like 5 years old, so I played forward.
You would have been a hell of a goalie.
Yeah, I would play that now.
Hell yeah.
Hey, bro, I lived in Rosedale Park till about 6 or 7. Went to Carlton Elementary School.
So you know about it.
Oh, yeah.
I went
know
to Cook. Holla at me. Yeah,
Did you play soccer too, Kool-Aid? You got some
Hey.
secret soccer in your background?
You know what? Freshman and sophomore year, I played soccer.
Yeah?
Then switched to basketball and baseball when I went to Summit Romulus Academy.
Some more footage we're going to have to get our hands on.
Hey, you know what? I do got some. I don't know if it's the program or if it's the coach that epitomizes it, but the program that represents it to me, Penn State, James Franklin, the money, the expectation.
Yeah.
It's like
Excellent.
when the U.S. walks
a
in,
goat.
right? They're
Excellent.
It's supposed to be about excellence. It's supposed to be about championships, the top, not just what you think you're doing in the Big Ten. So for me, it was that James Franklin and Penn State football underneath his reign.
That's a damn good one. And the reason why it's a good one is because legitimately I wanted to choose Penn State. The only reason why I didn't choose Penn State and why I would push back on Anson is because USA has never won. Michigan State has a national championship.
Yeah.
Penn State has a
Yeah.
national championship. So I went with the traditional route. But you ain't lying about that. James
Yeah, I went with my lifetime.
James
'cause
Franklin
they
got
haven't
the
won
money,
since
got the
the year I was
recruiting,
born.
got the name. They have all that, but they can't close that door. And when they get the spotlights put on them, when the lights are the brightest, they struggle. We got to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, let's get into some other stuff, man. Some good news out of Detroit Lions camp. What do you think about this secondary? Anson has a question about that. And then also, too, Isaac Tesla. We know him for his tremendous catch, spectacular catch, the catch radius. Well, we got a couple comparables
This is fun.
for Isaac Tesla. But first, let's get a message in. Tell us about All Day IPA.
Work hard, play hard. Friday is here. It is the weekend, guys. So get to your nearest bodega or party store, as we call them here, and get yourself some all-day IPA from Founders. 15 years they've been doing this one, and it is the #1 IPA in the category. Refreshing, crisp, but it's got that 4.7% alcohol by volume. It's going to pace you throughout the whole day. So whatever you're doing this weekend, do it with an all-day IPA in your hand. But when it's in your hand, make sure you're drinking it responsibly.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that. Don't just survive. Thrive.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
I know you've been thinking about it. I know you've been thinking about changing your life, busting through that glass ceiling above your head, getting into those six figures, and truly creating a career for yourself. And Mortgage Pros wants to help you do that. We were out there a couple of weeks ago for their 4th annual block party. Amazing company culture. And I've said it a few times. I got a few friends that work there. It literally changed their lives. If you want to do the same for yourself, reach out, mtgopros.com, or give them a call, 248-416-1361. They're right there in Troy. They are Mortgage Pros.
That we went to, that
fun stuff.
It was a fun atmosphere. It was a great day. I think the weather was beautiful that day, and then that freaky ziki sauce was amazing. It was like freaky Greek, I want to say.
The food was
food was
really good. I wish I would have gotten 2 of those to take home one.
Yeah, man. I should have done
I
that.
know.
And it was a Friday too.
And it was free.
Could have had a nice little
Braylon said
Saturday
that
situation.
freaky tzatziki
You know,
sauce.
I didn't
That's
go
what
to-
it was, man.
You know what was great
That's what
about
he told
it?
me. He says the freaky Greek.
The great thing about it was we didn't go to Movement, but I felt like we were at a little mini one. They had the DJ going. I mean, it was vibing, man. It was good stuff.
Very good vibe.
Food trucks.
DJ had some vibes.
Yeah.
100%. Speaking of DJ with vibes, DJ Reed is back this year.
Yes.
Last year, the
Well
Detroit
done.
Lions pick up DJ Reed from the New York Jets. They bring him in as DB1 as they're trying to see what Terry and Arnold is. Didn't necessarily have the best season last year. He had some injuries,
did
if
not.
you will. But he appears to be back, and he appears to be more explosive, and he appears to this could be his moment. Interesting sound, I believe, out of camp on DJ Reed, Dan Campbell talking about what it can be an explosion that he put. What do you think about DJ Reed?
Well, I mean, I still have concerns with this guy because he's so undersized. But the analytics on him, I mean, what we saw, the scouting report on this guy before he came here, when he left Indianapolis, he's a tremendous talent, all right? Now, when you don't have your explosiveness through the little nagging injuries that he went through all year long, that size is exposed even more so, right? So there are a lot of people in Detroit that are kind of down on the kid. He is very, very talented. And if he can return to form, I still don't want him to be the number 1 cornerback. That needs to be Terrion, I think, if this defense really takes that big step. However, if they're kind of 1A and 1B, maybe neither one of them being that shutdown corner, but you can rotate them and move them around matchup base. If that's the DJ Reed that we get this year, obviously Terrion too, but DJ Reed, everything that I'm hearing from the staff, out of OTAs, but then he himself, you can just see there's a different pep in his step. He's playing at a different level right now, and he's excited about it.
Yeah, let me ask you this question, B-Lad. First of all, do we have any...
We don't. It's more quotes and stuff that a few different staffers were talking about, as well as some of the beat writers that were noticing he just really looks more explosive.
Okay. With that being said, B-Lad, coming to you. We're talking about can he be better than he was last year. We're talking about can he be what we what we paid him to
What
be.
we signed him to be.
But when you look at his stats, and last year he was 37 tackles, 2 picks. Well, go to what he did the year before that in the Jets: 52 tackles, a sack, no picks. 62 tackles, 1 pick. 63 tackles, 1 pick. 62 tackles, 2 picks. 46 tackles, 2 picks. Like, is last year who DJ Reed is? He just happened to benefit from being on the opposite side of Sauce Gardner for those 2 years with the New York Jets.
Right, and I totally agree with that. DJ Reed isn't really a CB1. Like, he's always been in the shadow. Like, when he was with Indianapolis, they had Kenny Moore. Obviously, when he was with the Jets, he had Sauce Gardner. And now that he kind of had to fill in that CB1 role here, I do feel like that he can explode off of that. I feel like that his stats can be better than what they usually are, obviously, if he stays healthy. But, I mean, even when he was with New York, I had a real concern about him and his pass interferences. Yeah. Yes, I'd rather have you hold than give up a 90-yard touchdown, 100%, 10 times out of 10. And a lot of those plays, he was really getting exposed on his deep ball coverages.
But to your point, it's like, I don't need you to be in position to give up these plays.
Exactly
and
right.
It happens too much.
And I know he got, like, the stem cell therapy, whatever he got, and I've heard that actually works quite a bit, especially with, like, muscle recovery. I know he was dealing with a hamstring injury for quite some time now, but I do feel like he can come up and step up big this year, and that's something that we're really looking for, especially having young guys like TA and Rake in the room as well.
So say 924 calling me out, said, pot calling the kettle black, talking about being undersized.
That's shady. That's absolutely shady.
I said fair.
That's absolutely shady. I want to say last year.
Easy with the crickets. I got some laughs on that. Come on. Shout out, Sosay. Hey, listen, Super Chat. I love this topic, but I got to interrupt real quick. We got this football. It's going out at the end of the show today. Smash, Super Chat, and share. Please, Bray, tell us more about this CB room.
Yeah, 100%. You're having a conversation about DJ Reed, want to know what is he going to be? Is this who he truly is? What is this DB room? What is the defensive back room in totality? Last year, they just were not good. And to be honest, I don't think they've necessarily been that good with the exception of maybe the year with Carlton Davis. But now you talk about it. You talk about the addition of Roger McCreary, who I believe is challenging for that nickel slot. I think there's a lot of talent there. I think there's some ability there. And then also you bring in Keith Abney Jr. He was one of those picks that we looked at and said, hey, this could be the unsung pick of the draft, 5th rounder out of Arizona State. Mix it in with a Terrion Arnold that's bulking up. Mix it in with Ernest Rakestraw, who you heard Dan Campbell talked about he's healthy, talked about he's been dialed in, and you mix that with 2 safeties, 1 All-Pro, 1 Pro Bowler, who will potentially be coming back this year. Is this secondary, is this DB room a little bit better than we may think going into the season? Because not a lot of people high on it in the offseason, but is it deeper than we think?
It's a really important question. I think we've been so caught up in the edge.
Or you want to ask it a different way, I think.
Well, no, I love the way you asked it, because when you look at this edge and the defensive line that everybody's been so focused on and caught up with, Hutch going down and Aleem going down really made everybody focus on them. But listen, the defensive line hasn't been the problem. The linebacking core, without a big name, obviously Campbell ascending last year, but the linebacker core has never been overwhelming. But the fact is the corners have been the Achilles heel of the Dan and Brad era, bar none. I mean, every year we talk about all the wideouts that go off against the Detroit Lions. So I'm going to add on to your question, because I do think that this is the best cornerback room that we've had. And I also think that that is the most important thing that we have to figure out on this team is that cornerback room. It's what's been holding us back. Now, I know that you guys are going to push back and say it's not true. And I can agree with that right now because we haven't seen it. But by the second half of the season, health assumed, you guys are going to love these corners.
Be glad.
I hope so.
Best defensive back room in Detroit Lions history?
No. Dan and Brad history.
Dan and Brad history.
Dan and Brad history. This is the best one that they've had. And that we're talking about Carlton and C.D. Deuce and some big names that have been here.
Definitely.
I'm going to tell you, at the end of this
Lynn
season,
Barney and Dick Night Train Lane.
The cornerback room won't be the weakness of this team at the end of the season.
All right,
I hope so, because throughout the Dan and Brad era, it's been Swiss cheese. Like, it's been just straight.
Facts.
Like, that couldn't even cover a beach ball at one point. I remember we had Cam Sutton and Kendall Vildor on the edge, and I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, it was actually infuriating to watch. Oh my gosh, why'd you even say his name?
Was it Lucas?
Chase Lucas.
There you go.
Yep, Chase Lucas. Yep. Oh yeah, big time, brutal. Those are practice squad players. But and no disrespect, I love my NFL players. Obviously they're at a way higher level than me, but. Yeah, I disagree. I think the Carlton Davis year, which was 2024, and we had TA in his rookie year, he kind of showed some flashes, and I forget who was below him. San Francisco, I forgot his name. Never really played. But then he got no. Emmanuel Mosley. Yes, he was very highly touted, but he never really played. And
his first game back, he tore his ACL.
Yeah, his first game back got hurt, and we never really had kind of the edge there. But I mean, as far as the best, I could definitely see it if it's healthy and it stays healthy all year. And you could tell that they're putting some effort into it at least a little bit. But I'm at the point where 2024 we can't really get back. So I mean, if we're talking right now, I would say the 24 season when we went 15-2 is the best one. That'd be my answer.
Realistically,
it's so hard, though.
I would say by default, you're probably going to take this. I think Anson would be right. By default, talking about this team, and this is why I say by default, and it's hard to really think about it. Your starting 2 DBs are penalty getters, personal foul getters, holders, etc. Then you look at Roger McCreary. I think he's going to be a really good nickel. I think he could challenge. I think him and Abney are going to go back and forth. Abney is a rookie. Abney is a 5th-round pick. Regardless of us thinking what his talent is, he still is a 5th-round pick as of right now. And then you look at Rakestraw. We're still trying to see what he even looks like. We're still trying to see what Ennis Rakestraw even looks like.
What's his number?
100%. Brian Branch is coming back, but you heard Dan Campbell. He's like, hey.
Do you know his number?
I think it's in the teens.
Like 10?
Yeah, it's like.
Does anybody know Ennis Rakestraw's number?
I'm going to guess
I'm pretty sure he took 9.
Damon says 27. Shout out Damon intern is here. Yeah. Somebody get that answer.
I think he took 9. I think I specifically remember me
taking
being
it from
pissed because he has 9.
To your point, who is this man?
I mean, TA has a lot. He has big shoes to fill, and we've seen some flashes of TA being elite. And I was super, super hyped when we drafted him. Like, I was downtown for the draft, and once I saw us draft TA, I'm like, I was going crazy. You guys, anybody there that saw me, I was absolutely bonkers over him. And, I thought he was the best corner in the draft. So I definitely do think that his clip is there, and he's definitely gotten bigger. He's been in the weight room. He's been working on some technical side of things as well. But like I said, I'm at the word. Talk is cheap. You got to show me now.
Talk is definitely cheap, and you definitely want to see. I mean, look, just mentioning what they have done in terms of Terry Arnold struggling a little bit in man-to-man coverage with the penalties and the holdings and a little bit extra aggressiveness. DJ Reed not necessarily playing the receiver and the ball, just playing the ball, getting in trouble. Roger McCreary, Abney, the injuries of Branch and Joseph. Like, just looking at the fact that this is the potential best that we have is like, my God.
That's how bad it's been.
100%. That's how bad it's been.
No name that excites you on that list.
On the flip side, the depth of what this is, the depth of what this can be, the addition of the defensive line, the addition of Derek Moore and Wonham, and potentially what does that look like? That spells well for the secondary. Because part of coverage is your defensive line being able to create pressure, getting to the quarterback, and making things uneasy for that passer. When you got guys sitting back in the passer like Jameis Winston or Aaron Rodgers or Brosmer for that matter, just relaxing, chilling, and being able to get the ball down the field whenever they want to, it helps. I mean, it hurts the DBs.
I got a question for number one.
Yeah.
Number one. We just found out what Ennis Rakestraw's number is. And I personally believe that is a number that should be held for only your best corner.
Deuce.
Am I wrong? Who's number 2?
I think you have that thought process because of Charles Woodson and like the college.
I wasn't talking about any other number 2.
True, but I'm saying like it's more like the college thing. When I think 2 in college, like for sure. Like nowadays, you got defensive linemen wearing 2.
Yeah,
you got defensive tackles that are 300 pounds.
Ennis Rakestraw should not be wearing number 2 though. Yeah. That's all I have.
Show and prove.
Like him and Dylan Gabriel better figure their numbers out.
Gordo, where are you at with the secondary?
I think this is another step in the evolution of the Legion of Whom. I think, a lot of these names we don't necessarily know other than a DJ Reed or a Terry Arnold or, maybe we know, but your average NFL fan that just, watches Sunday Night Football, watches whatever, isn't going to know who 99% of these guys are other than, our 2 star safeties and, potentially our corners. So you have a lot of depth. We have what seems to me is a lot of guys that would be perfect for playing a lot more zone. We got guys that can play that nickel position really well. One thing that I said earlier on Crunch Time today, I could definitely see Keith Abney coming in, and even he does play inside corner, but I could see him potentially strong safety, a little bit of that Ife Melifonwu role, if you will. So I'm excited for the secondary, but in my opinion, it starts and ends with the pass rush. If the pass rush can actually get to the quarterback at a decent clip and, quickly, I should say, then this secondary will look fantastic.
I agree with that as well. You listen to Brad Holmes talk, you listen to Dan Campbell talk during the draft, after the draft, and in free agency. What did they keep talking about? They wanted a nickelback that could set the edge. They want a nickelback that could tackle. Sounds like they're looking for a nickelback / safety because of what their safety position is right now as it relates to Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. All right, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll get back, and when we get back to you, Isaac Tesla makes some immaculate catches, realistically. I mean, if you look at his highlight reel, especially the steal shots, and you also forget, he's only been in the league 1 year. Well, we got a couple comparables we think want you to judge. But before we get out here, let's get a message in from You Know Who, Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Over 2,700 gyms around the country. Go to these gyms. Get yourself a membership because it is the place for you. There's no judgment. There's trainers on staff, and then everything is squeaky clean. When I go into a gym, I don't like to have to clean up. I don't like to look at something like, what's going on over there? I know it's clean because I go to Planet Fitness. Starting your journey, continuing your journey, or excelling it to take it to the next level. Do it at Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet, and that planet is, you guessed it.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network.
Thrive Energy Pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Mic cord swinging, get your head chopped. Point blank, dead stop. 16 bars in a headlock.
Thrive Energy Pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Whether you're buying a home or refinancing, you got to do it with a state title agency, man. They just get it. They understand you. And also, too, they know what the hell they are doing. 20 years in this game, they have the experience, and they have the expertise. My boy in the B-side knows exactly what he is doing. He is a legacy. His mom's one of the best insurance agents, best, home brokers in the country. That's where he gets it from, man. You talk about simplicity, you talk about convenience, you talk about them pulling up on you on the weekend and even taking your late night calls to make sure they close that deal. Sounds like somebody I'm going to be a part of. Sounds like who I want to partner with. So why not? For all your title needs, call Mr. Deeds.
I like that one.
And we back.
I like that
and
one.
We back. Which one do you like?
The little rhyme there at the end of the Mr. Deeds. I like that one.
You know what? I can't even take credit for it, man. They put that in. That's what the B wanted.
I thought that was you, actually.
The B's smooth, man. He's got bars.
He is.
See how he came up here? He's super chill.
For
Say,
real.
yeah. You know, we've been doing this for about 20 years.
I bet he was a real good wingman back in the day.
What? 1,000%. What we got going on in the chat, man? Any noise on this?
We got a couple
Friday?
super chats.
Let's get it
here.
going then.
You gonna fire those up for us?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I can
Gordo.
fire these up for you guys. Pull this up right now.
And just keep in mind, guys, today we are spinning the wheel for the Derek
Moore.
Mind signed autographed ball here. That's going to go at the very end of the show. We're going to spin that wheel. So pay attention. Get those super chats.
I should put 8.5 on here because I guarantee you he's going to have 8.5 sacks this year.
I love that.
Just a thought. So smash that like
Starting off with Michael Weary on that $10 super chat.
Yeah, shout out to Michael Weary. What are your thoughts on tight end Miles Kitzelman, linebacker Eric Hunter, and moving Sionivaki back to safety?
Ooh, got to get information on those first two. They behoove me right now. But as it relates to Sionivaki, I will let somebody else talk about him. And the reason why is I remember 3 years ago, somebody wouldn't shut up about Sionivaki.
Called it on the fly, baby.
What? Oh, man, you got to see this kid. This kid, not only does he have the highest rushing yards per game this year, he has the highest receiving yards out of the backfield for a running back. He also does this. He hits people on. He has tackles. He plays safety. He does it all, Braylon. That was Anson Wells talking about Sionivaki. So you know him. You love him. What is he going to be for the Detroit Lions? Is it going to be a running back? Is it going to be safety? Or is it going to be just special teams until he moves on?
Mr. Wary, Mr. Light Police, I love this one. You guys know Sionivaki's been my guy. Nailed that one a couple months before the draft. Called it live with young Justin Satawa on day 3 as it was happening. I was completely expecting this guy to come in and be a hybrid guy on both sides of the ball because he's crazy disruptive. In fact, we brought up the Honey Badger's name yesterday. Has some similar. Now, he doesn't, he can hit. Doesn't maybe hit with the ferocity that you see a Brian Branch or a Honey Badger do, but this guy can do so many things on the line of scrimmage defensively. The fact that we've seen him so sparingly as an actual running back and really just see him kind of take over for Germ as the quarterback, if you will, of the special teams, I would love this, Michael Wary, especially, Bray, at a time where we're waiting on our safeties to get back.
I will say this about the other two individuals that I gotta go do some more research on. Like, when you come off a season where you go 9-8, everything is on limits for Dan Campbell. You heard his energy. The competition level is high. The engagement level is high. He wants to see who's gonna show, who's gonna prove, who's gonna bring it every day, who's gonna be the one. He's not giving guys jobs this year based off of what they're supposed to do. He's not giving guys jobs off of what their lineage is, how long they've been here. He's giving jobs to the guys that are gonna go there and compete every single day, so they get away from further and further and further what last season was. So to the other two, if they can go in there and strap on that helmet, man, and bring it every day, you got a good chance of seeing them getting on that field for the Detroit Lions.
I like this next super chat.
Yeah, let me get to this real quick.
Sounds pretty good.
So this one is from Sideless in the chat. Our cornerbacks are set when we stop letting season 2040 Madden generated quarterbacks have career games all over us. Max Frost.
That is a total Madden name, isn't it?
Man. 1,000%. 1,000% in total Madden name. I couldn't even believe. Because the first game he lost to J.J. McCarthy. And you're like, all right, cool, he lost to J.J. McCarthy. Shouldn't have lost that game. And
he's mobile, at least.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. He had the game-winning touchdown at the end. But then you're like, all right, they got Brosmer. Like,
we got this.
At least, we'll struggle with the defense, but we won't struggle with the – boy, was I wrong.
I don't know. The thing about that game, though, it was like we saw the biggest downfall was our offensive line. They were just getting pressure right up the middle. Jared Goff had no time to do anything. We couldn't establish the run. Their defensive line was absolutely on our ass. So we, as much as we lost to J.J. McCarthy and Max Brosmer, we more so lost to Flores in that defensive front.
No, I agree with that 100%. But you knew that you could put up enough points to beat those teams. You knew that you had J.J. McCarthy and you had Brosmer as the quarterback position. That offense, you could with. I keep getting told this guy is in the top 3 quarterback every year as it relates to the stats, as it relates to yards. I keep telling you, you got Amon, you got J-Mo, you got Sam Laporta, because Sam Laporta wasn't hurt at that time, I don't believe. So you have all no, actually he was hurt in that game, the second time they played him against Brosmer. But you have all these weapons, all these all-pros.
Yeah.
You got to be able to beat a team like the Minnesota Vikings last season. Like, that's just my thoughts. That defense is elite. Brian Flores is about as good as it gets. But come on. Come on, Gordo.
It hurts me. It hurts me. I remember I didn't finish watching that game on Christmas. I hung out in the other room, hung out with the little cousins, played with the new toys and all that. Just try to get rid of that. I didn't want to think about that.
All right, I got a question for you guys. We're going to take a break at 2:45 because I want to make sure that we have plenty of time for this segment. All right, we're going to take it in just a minute here, a second. Madden, to this day, stick is in like season 2040. Every new season of Madden, he keeps playing, and this guy will call me and tell me all about Jonathan Aragru from wherever this fake place is, and he's like, dude, I'm telling you,
I love it.
Every year Stick is playing this.
I'm a nerd when it comes to that.
You guys remember a guy that you created and drafted and built up on.
Oh yeah.
Can you remember a specific name of a player? Like a Max Brosmer, because that truly sounds like one of those fake names.
I don't know if I'm on the line of applauding individuals that are still playing on season 2040 or 2040, like a good friend of mine, my boy Mac. Shout out to Mac, who's like season 2056. Or if I'm like, man, y'all gotta get a life. Like, you gotta figure it out.
Hey, during COVID, I took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Alfonso Knight in 2030.
Alfonso Knight,
2033, actually.
Where'd he go to college?
Oh, actually, I don't remember that. No, but Alfonso, that's it was so easy to remember.
Yeah, mine is too corny.
I'm a nerd when it comes to that.
First name bad, last name ass. But like, here's the funny thing: what is everybody's favorite thing to do back then? My favorite thing to do was get the big player. Like, you create the big muscular running back that's like 6'6", 315 pounds, all muscle. Put him in the backfield, runs a 99. Like, that was my thing to do. Have fun, or get the wide receivers like 7 foot.
I liked the combine when you could do that, like 5 guys you could really go far in the combine, and it would release some of their numbers and like give you a view of them. I love.
They don't do that anymore. I wish they did, but apparently in this new Madden they got a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like, players can like request trades, like they're unhappy and all this stuff. I mean, I think it's kind of real because there's a lot of
real,
chaos
but it's too
in the,
much. Like when I play a video game, I want to play the game. Like I don't want to dial in and got to do
I'm
all
into the business side of things.
the front office things, the business side of
That's
things.
what I love.
He already went through the business side of things, man. He good on that.
I'm trying to decompress when I turn the console on. I ain't trying to turn the console on and think even more.
Yeah, my QB1 just requested a trade.
Was it AI?
It take you 2 hours to play a game.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the post on Twitter about the career mode, like being able to actually beat your girlfriend? Was that AI?
Yes.
It had to.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah. It had to.
So
that game
it had the girl laying in the driveway, and
Dear
like,
Lord,
it looked
Anson.
like GTA Madden, bro. Shit was wild. Let's take a break. We got to get back
GTA
to these
Madden.
amazing catches.
Yeah, we'll take a break, get back to these amazing catches, and then your boy has to go to a wedding.
Hey guys, I'm doubling all the super chats. I already doubled for everybody that got him in here. You want this football? The super chats compared to yesterday are weak sauce. Get him in. You got an hour to do it.
Come on, guys. All right, Braylon, you want to tell us about where are we going?
Looking for the perfect spot to host your next party or get together? Go to Black Rock Bar and Grill because they are a top-notch experience and they're a sizzle above the rest. They want to invite you into the event space. They want to invite you for the grad parties, the prom parties, whatever you want to do, watch parties. Come hang out at a place that wants you there. They're all around the state. Go to blackrockrestaurants.com. Check out the menu, check out the viewing, and then book your event space. You will not be disappointed.
The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Skubal start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Thrive Energy Pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Mic cord swinging, get your head chopped. Point blank, dead stop. 16 bars in a headlock.
Thrive Energy Pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
You know I'm excited for this one because you know I love Loom and I love being your plug here at Woodward Sports, guys. Head on over to Loom.com, hit that QR code, enter that WSN30, and we're going to save you 30% off of your next order there. And if you like free stuff, Loom's got some free stuff for you. That first time you ever purchase anything from them, they're really going to hook you up. But they're going to do that for your first 3 visits. They've got over 40 locations in the state, and you can find them at Loom.com.
And we are back, in the words of Kool-Aid. All right, what's the word? I mean, you know what? We keep talking about it, man. Isaac Tesla is a receiver that when you look at the still shots, you look at the catches, they are tremendous catches, whether it's the one-hand catch against Green Bay at the end of the game, whether it was the catch right before the half. What was that? That was the Bears game, the first Bears game, right before the half, the one-hand catch. All his catches seem to be elite. Show the still shot of this one that you saw. This was from camp 2 days ago. Just look at the height. Look at the height. Look at the extension. Look at where the ball is. Look at the angle of his body.
Half foot that's cut off from the grass, too. I mean, he's even higher.
You know what I love about this, too? Look at where the eyes are. So technically, they will tell you not to have your eyes up, eyes on the ball. But what Isaac Tesla is doing, he's got the ball as he's rocking the foam positive cleat. Shout out to those. He's looking at that sideline.
Now, see, that's something I wouldn't have
sure
noticed.
He comes down inbound.
That's a wide receiver's eyes right there. And I'm talking about you spotting that in this, because I wouldn't even have picked up on that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's in one season, he's probably got more picks like this than I did in 8. Realistically.
Those are the most satisfying catches, though, right there.
You said what?
Favorite white wide receiver of all time?
Favorite white wide receiver of all time?
Aside from B-Lad?
Jordy was dope. We kind of competed against Jordy. I used to hate because I was like, man, he's got like my stats, but like if I had Aaron Rodgers, so it wouldn't be Jordy. It would be Easy Ed. I used to love. I used to love Ed McCaffrey when I was young.
Yeah.
Steve Largent was cold. Like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. In the 80s, shout out, got drafted by the Oilers.
He's working his way. Another season or two catching balls like that.
Ricky Pro was nice.
Okay.
Easy Ed was nice. But Isaac Tesla, I never liked Cooper Kupp.
What?
Like not
I was
like
waiting on
no,
that name.
not fully like people went crazy at this network when he had the 1900 yard. Oh my God, he's the best receiver ever. Blah blah blah, and he followed up with nothing after that. I think he's really. Yeah, I like him as a receiver, but like people made it seem like, oh man, he's on Antonio Brown's level. Like pipe down, relax. But Isaac Tesla has something to prove, but I think he can do it. Put up those other pictures.
Yes, please.
Look at this.
Yeah, like that's nuts.
That is sick.
Fully laid out.
The leg kick up in the air too behind him.
Those cleats are hard.
Nearly entirely horizontal.
I remember watching that too, and it looked like that turf hurt when he hit the ground. Boy, oh my goodness.
I'm laughing at where their heads are.
Yeah, like he's
like that.
You can tell he was snake eyeing it though. But those are the most satisfying catches when you catch the ball and you're not looking at it. You just get the feel of it. It's the muscle memory. That is so satisfying.
It's satisfying because part of you is like, "Oh shit, that was lucky."
Right.
Like thank
Actually,
God.
so true.
Now look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, like the guy that does everything right. Look at the feet. Look at the head. Look at the where the ball is.
Yeah.
He's looking.
Do we have that other one?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we're going through. We're going.
Oh,
Boom.
okay.
That was right before that.
Yeah.
Take that, Nixon.
Yeah, that was the play. He gives the conference fits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the Bears are the only team he hasn't necessarily destroyed yet.
I mean, I don't know. He was destroying them week 8. I knew it didn't mean anything, but St. Brown was destroying the Bears week 18 last year.
Pissed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had 168.
He went off.
He did have 168 or 138.
Forgot about that.
There's Laporta.
He had
sick.
Sam Laporta is crazy as Isaac Tesla's season was last year. Like he still might have the best catch from the Lions last year. The back
of the end zone with the Chiefs.
That was nasty.
Oh yeah, that was nuts. I wish I could find like a still shot like that too.
Yeah, this is a hell of a catch too. Ooh, this is game 1.
He's got quite a
Is that
few,
Nixon? Oh no, that's not.
How the hell do you do this game 1, see this game 1, never and don't come back to it?
That's like, coaching, man.
Game 2 as well.
And technically, this is the first time you saw it. This is the third time you saw it because he had 2 of these in preseason.
Yeah, he had the crazy catches of preseason, like heavily contested.
Like, you know what this means? This means what I did in preseason was real. Like, this is what this means. Sign me up. Give me an extension. Give me more time. But that catch is freaking insane. But
Campbell.
Look at the eyes. Look at the hands. The eyes will take you to the ball every single time.
Amen.
Who is this?
Who is that?
Who is this? This B-Lad?
That's young B-Lad. That's high school B-Lad right
what
there.
team is this that you're going against? Because somebody in the building.
A guy to my left actually played on the team.
Were you were in this game too? Were you, G?
He was.
Yeah.
Oh no way.
Oh yeah.
We were shout out to the little in studio rival.
Cool.
I wouldn't call it much of a rivalry. It's a little lopsided.
Oh, CC man.
If we're gonna talk about the football specifically this and
I mean I got nothing to back that up.
The University of Michigan of high school football, man.
And that's the second part right there.
They got just as much money.
I didn't say it on accident.
100%.
That's the second part of the catch right there. They called that a catch. It was a little tussle at the bottom of the ground there, but they called that in favor of me.
Yeah, that's also our senior captain that he caught that on. That was Sam Durso.
Yeah, but he was destroying us all game, though. I'm not gonna lie.
He's draped all over you. You still came down with it.
Yeah, no, well, it was a very underthrown ball. We literally had a play called Jordan. It was supposed to be jump ball, and my QB was getting he had 3 seconds to throw the ball. He just threw that thing up. It was a prayer, but yeah, they ended up calling that a catch. That was one of the only positive things we had all game because we got steamrolled. In our district,
defensive line was disgusting.
Yeah. Our whole entire district was or our region was just so hard. If we would have won this game, we would end up having to play. Who'd you guys play after? Davidson.
Yeah.
And we would have gotten smoked by them
The only hard
too.
team in the
Cornbread boys up there in Davidson got washed out.
And then whoever won that had to go play West Bloomfield that year with Diamond Edwards and all that. Yeah, we would have got it. Was
our was on that team too. He wasn't necessarily the best at Michigan.
Samaj Morgan.
Samaj Morgan was gonna come to CC. He showed up for 2 or 3 weeks of practices and workouts and everything. He's like,
no thanks,
I'm out.
Yeah,
is it a little too hard over there? A little too grueling?
Yeah, I think those August workouts might have scared him off a little bit.
It's CC that. I don't know. You guys just know how to play the game right.
Well, before
goddamn right.
Before I get up out of here, do we have any more on the catch tip?
I mean, we got all the Lions taken care of. We got B-Lad. Who's left?
I wonder who.
Anybody of note at all? Well, while we're waiting on that, 313 Garage. Best time of the day driving home from work and listening to my favorite show on Woodward.
Shout out.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Shout out to 313 Garage. $5 super chat. Listen, guys, please keep the super chats coming in. Please smash that like button. We need to get to our goal. But then the big thing that we keep asking you guys is to share the stream. You got fantasy group chats, you got work group chats, you got family group chats. We need to get the word out, so please do share it, guys. We're gonna get back to some of that stuff as soon as Bray comes back. I'm having fun with this segment. Everybody in the chat, if you've got some favorite catches, let us know about them. What about you, Gordo? What position were you?
So I was a little bit of a Swiss Army knife on the defensive line.
I can see that. You're a Swiss Army knife here, too.
I played everything from 0 tech to a wide 9. So I also, dropped a little bit back in coverage. I was basically the same size that I am now, back in high school.
Just had a happy trail at 10 years old, didn't you?
Yeah, shout out to the growth hormone milk drinking, in elementary school.
Babe.
Shout out. No, but it was fun. I was coming off the bench and not the biggest guy, of course, but
Rudy.
Like I said, the defensive line we had was pretty gross. But yeah, no, I love playing on the defense. I played a little bit of linebacker. Bomber squad. That was always fun. I always loved playing slot receiver and
wait, bomber? Our bomber?
No, bomber squad
gotcha.
the practice squad. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I'd play everything: wide receiver, left tackle, running back. I love ball, man. I absolutely love playing ball.
That's fantastic. Let's take a look in the chat here, guys. We got Braylon doing something right now. He'll be right back in a short minute. In our second hour, we will have Kool-Aid. We will be talking Tigers. We will be talking finals. I don't know. Are they back?
I mean, that's what I've been hearing. People, the chatter's real, but I don't think they're that real.
There's a big series this weekend.
Massive series.
And a big return of somebody this weekend. We'll get into both of those as well. Pretty big hockey game last night.
Factual.
Man, I've watched the last 2 hockey games. What is that? Ice soccer, they call it? Unbelievable series, man.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. We'll get into some of that. And then the World Cup has provided some of the best content I have seen in a while. I'll be honest, guys. It's really fun stuff. And I'm talking about foreigners coming to the U.S. for the World Cup, touring around, and just being awestrucken by our culture. We've got some fun photos and videos and posts on all that kind of stuff. But we are going to take a break here, pay some bills, and then we'll be back with Bray. Got a few more awesome wide receiver photos for you guys. But please, smash that like button. Get your super chats in. Again, end of the show, that Derek Moore football. It's autographed by the rookie. We're giving that away on the prize wheel. And as I mentioned to you guys all before, all of your super chat dollars, those slots on the wheel, they're doubled for the show. So get them in. We'll be sure to read them. And let's talk to them about Thrive and Water.
Oh, yeah, that's
right?
me. You know that? That's me. Hey, you already know what type of time we're on. Got the Thrive with me right now. I put down the coffee, I put down the energy drinks, and I made my switch to Thrive. I have the peach citrus flavor. It's actually busting right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Me and Cam are on it right now, feeling great. And we have no jitters. We have no sugar crash. It's zero bloating. We found it on dipstop.com, and we use the promo code WSM for 15% off our entire order, and exclusively at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. Thrive, clean energy, zero distractions, and they just effing work, y'all.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions. Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Game.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Join Detroit City FC for a weeknight under the lights as El Paso Locomotive and Ted Lasso's Danny Rojas come to town Wednesday, June 10th at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets now at DebtCityFC.com.
The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Skubal start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Hey guys, it's not Mental Health Awareness Month anymore, but it's still so important to take care of this thing, guys. And we have partnered up with Pure Psych. They are fantastic. This isn't a cookie cutter group. They are going to tailor a program specifically for you, whether you're looking to deal with your relationships, whether you have PTSD, anxiety, whatever the issue is. If you want to get the ball rolling with counseling, these are your guys. You can find them at PurePsychMI.com, and they have locations throughout the state, as well as a couple more in Northern Ohio. Check them out at Pure Psych. Welcome back, guys. Shout out to our guy, Braylon.
Let's go.
Here it is. This is the one who, unfortunately, we were not able to get to in time, as he's walking out looking good, headed to a wedding.
Suited up.
Shout out. Hopefully he has a great weekend. We welcome in our guy, no longer the right-hand man, the kind of the guy that's everywhere. Kool-Aid,
Yes,
you've been taking on a bigger role here at the company, and that's why we've been seeing you kind of a little all over the place with this. But as you guys know, you're still a huge part of the Braylon Edwards show. How
Hey,
you
this is the
feeling,
family
man?
right here, man. Feeling good. Like I told you, every time I'm able to walk in here, be with this show, the energy is just different. And you know what? Hopefully Detroit sports, their energy is a little bit different going ahead. I need long playoff runs, and I need a championship soon.
For sure.
That's
for
just
sure.
me.
Well, listen, guys, let's talk Tigers. Before we do, though, real quick, Super Chats got to keep coming in. They're doubled up, and you're going to get an
Smash that
opportunity
like
to
button.
take this football home. Shout out. Legend is here, Mr. Freddie Feltz, somewhere around. But Tigers. It was live during our show yesterday. We had that ticker going on. The ball just kept leaving the ballpark for these boys. In fact, it's left the ballpark 25 times in 9 June games for them. What was an absolutely anemic offense all of a sudden might be the hottest offense in MLB. I'm going to go to our resident Tiger guy, Mr. Gordon. Gordon,
Mr. Tiger himself.
Where are we at with these guys? I want to ask a question, but first I want to talk about the return of one Tarik Skubal.
Yeah.
We get him back. He's going to be starting Saturday. We have a pretty important series this weekend. Talk about it.
Yeah, 1,000%. We are going to have Tarik Skubal make his first start coming off of the elbow procedure on Sunday, again, here in Cleveland. And really excited for that. But ultimately, this is a tall task for these Detroit Tigers. They are going to have to go out and win series after series after series, and preferably sweep. But every single time you lose one game, you have to make 2 up for it just to stay in any kind of conversation of potentially making that last wild card spot or sneaking into the playoffs in any other way. But the biggest thing for the Tigers right now is we have a very limited window to assess what we have. We've got about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks to really make a decision and see, are we going to, sell off all these guys, or are we going to, keep Tarik Skubal around? Do we think that we have enough in-house to make it to the World Series, or is it over and, pack it up, clean up shop and see if we can do it again next year?
Just a fan in the chat. Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Kool-Aid, is a superstar, and he is a superstar indeed, so I'm going to turn this one over to you.
Oh, my God.
Huge matchup with Cleveland this weekend. They're not even in first, but they do seem to be the team that we measure ourselves with here in the division. Where are you at with this series this weekend?
You know what? For me, it's just keep plugging away because you never know what can change. The fact that we've seen such big swings in the second half of the seasons in opposite directions for the Tigers tells me, hold on to a little bit of hope until at least you see what this team is going to be later, healthier. Maybe they do something to make a move. You see, they themselves are no longer trying to be as big as sellers as we once thought. So this series to me is just keep plugging away.
Are you still in?
I am definitely in. Okay. I'm definitely still in.
Gordon, you still in? I mean, did you ever? Were you ever out?
I don't think I would say that I was necessarily completely out, but I did. My biggest doubts come with the front office and actually making a strong decision one way or another.
That's why.
I think this team cannot afford to just pussyfoot around the issue and maybe go out and sign one pitcher or just get rid of one guy at the deadline. You need to make a firm decision. But in terms of in and out, I'm in. I've seen crazier things happen in baseball. We saw the Cleveland Guardians, rally back from being 12 games out of it last year, and I know that didn't end the greatest for them. But we've seen teams come back from a lot worse. So I'm in. I think the Tigers, we've seen their bats, come alive, and the starting, pitching right now is in a way better place than I thought it would have been. And we're talking about, bouncing out a Troy Melton or a Kiter Montero. Having to bounce one of those guys out of the starting rotation or, running a 6-man rotation, that's a good, problem to have right now for these Tigers.
Yeah, no doubt. And this is an unfamiliar territory for this team. The last 2 seasons have been both sides of this coin. One Pride 313 in the chat, 3 straight wins for series wins, and that's the truth. So be led for somebody that's out. If the Tigers are able to go and beat Cleveland 3-1 or even sweep that series, does that get you back in?
I mean, it definitely makes me feel a little bit better for sure, but here's the difference between us and Cleveland. They're on an $80 million payroll. We're on a $202 million payroll. So the fact that – and another thing, too, is this is the worst American League Central I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that we're struggling this bad, and obviously injuries play a big factor in that, and not a lot of good depth in the pitching rotation and in the lineup has contributed to that mighty heavily. I don't see – like, I would have given the landmark of the second week of July. That would be like if they're winning and if they pull off like 7 to 8 series wins in a row right before the deadline, then yeah, I'm like 100% thinking that they could have a chance. And the trade deadline is August 3rd. So my biggest concern is if we keep kind of, not sweeping teams, but kind of sneaking past, winning some series, but then we lose some series, like it looks really bad, looks really ugly at times, and it looks good. And I just have such a hard time believing that Scott Harris can go walk up into Illich's office and be like, hey, sir, we have to go trade the best pitcher in the league. Like, hey, sir, we got to go trade Casey Mize. Hey, sir, we got to go trade Gleyber Torres. And this is the reason why. I just have such a hard time believing that. And the fact that he won't do that, in my eyes, I don't think he will, that's going to put this franchise in a bad position going forward. Because like I mentioned before, we don't have a top 10 pitcher in our farm system. So what happens when Framber's gone? What happens when Skubal's gone? And we don't have Reese Olson back yet. We don't have Jackson Jobe back yet. So, like, what is that pitching rotation really going to be? Are we going to keep spending money on that? Because we just did, and look where we're at right now.
It's not working great.
It's not working great at all.
$38 million for Framber Valdez.
Exactly right. And our bullpen has looked just god-awful year after year after year. And I just don't see Scott Harris making that sacrifice, saying, like, okay, maybe this isn't a World Series team like we thought it was going to be, and we're going to have to make some changes to boost our farm depth. Because going forward, we're going to need some young guys in that pen that can actually come out there and do something. Because right now, it is just so awful.
My fear is that they're not trying to go after the
they're
World
worried
Series.
about. They're worried about the Munyon.
Just similar to the Lions, I believe they want that balance where you have a good enough team to be in that playoff contention, give you some good playoff years, maybe to give you an opportunity to play for a World Series eventually. I don't believe that they're actually chasing after the World Series.
And that's exactly right. And I don't think they are either, because I don't even think they re-signed Tarik Skubal.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to let him walk.
Yeah, especially when you look at the volatility of Essential.
Re-sign Tarik Skubal.
Then you got to ship him out.
You do, and this is another topic that we'll get into next week, because I know that Braylon is very, very emotional and serious about this topic, and I think that he is right. But you have to look at the situation. And the fact is the Tigers, as bad as they've been, they're 8 games out from first place in the division.
Yes,
they're 5.5 games out of the playoffs. They
Correct.
could get in with the wild card.
They can.
When you look at the amount of ground that they've made up just in these 3 series, if you see them go and take care of business this weekend, listen, you get a Skubal start. That's supposed to be a win right there.
For sure.
Gleyber being back has been the tonic that ailed them, flat out. Like getting on base and getting that early good bat, that good appearance where you're actually getting 8 to 10 pitches out of a guy. We weren't getting that from anybody else, and it's softening things up for the rest of the lineup. You're going to continue to get healthier. Somebody in the chat talking about Mize coming back soon. Does Verlander come in and continue to be a 5th or 6th starter for you, or maybe even get talked into a long relief role? Who knows? But all the ingredients are there for this team to be better than they've been, and that's all that we've seen as we've seen them get a little bit healthier. Guys starting to contribute, Colt Keith coming alive. So for me, as much as you want to trade, we might not have baseball next year.
And the reason why I did bring up, the organization being okay with being playoff worthy but not necessarily World Series worthy is because when you look at the volatility of the AL Central, I think that matters just as much as any other factor. Is there any team ahead of us that you're just like, yo, you know what, I am extremely scared of that team. And that's the thing. You look at the 2 teams ahead of us right now. You look at their last 10. You look at the run differentials. You look at these squads up against the other teams in the MLB. If you have a good series right here and you go another stretch where the Cleveland Guardians, about to call them their old team, is 3-7 and you're 7-3 again, you're sitting right there on their heels. So to me, I believe being in this AL Central probably makes them feel a lot more comfortable. It just kind of, you know what? Maybe we can make a few tweaks. So maybe we keep Tarik Skubal. We're not going to take a big swing at somebody at the trade deadline, but we'll bring in a couple people to augment and try and make this playoff push, which we've seen them do under this regime a couple times.
And Mitten made 313 in the chat. I completely agree with what he said. He says, if we get to 10 games out, trade Skubal, Torres, Mize, and Riley, we will suck next year if we have baseball.
I got to push back on that a little bit.
But we will potentially be stacked in 28-29.
Riley Green, you still have team control.
But I don't think we would trade Green. That's the one part I disagree with.
Yeah, that would be a fool's errand to trade a guy that you still have 2 years team control. It's like everybody, like some people want to talk about extending Dingler right now. No, you still have a couple of years.
We have,
you have years of team control on him as well. So that's one of the most valuable things in baseball is having, a guy under your control for, whatever you want to do with this contract. Tigers aren't going to move those two guys at all.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't trade Riley if I were them at all. He's your best hitter. He's a key piece of what you can do in the future. He's still young and he's still cheap
I would
right
say
now.
that's the one thing we can almost call the Tigers ride those until the wheels fall off. Like I remember for years growing up, and they're like, "Bro, these moves are going based on how the team control is going." So I definitely second that.
It's very possible that Tigers fans are playing checkers while our brass is actually playing chess, because there's really no reason to offer him a large contract in the preseason, and we saw they didn't. Offered him 19 in arbitration, and there's maybe no reason to trade him when you don't know what the future of baseball looks like. Because if the future of baseball has a hard salary cap,
I keep him personally.
Well, the Dodgers may not be able to go and give him a bunch of money, and the Padres can't, and the Yankees can't, and the Mets can't.
And the Tigers won't have to.
Well, and now all of a sudden you're looking at an somewhat of a leveled playing field, and now a far reduced list of suitors. And it might end up where we're looking at no baseball in 2027, and we're talking about a completely different set of possible outcomes that are dictated by the new bargaining agreement between the players and MLB. So there's a lot to be seen. I want
to piggyback on that just a little bit, because then I do think, like, if I am the Illiges and there's a hard cap coming, to me, that's a good thing and a bad thing. One, you're not gonna have to pay Skubal $200 to $400 million. That's what you're hoping in this new CBA. But you do start to wonder, once you get this type of guy under your control, or when you have the opportunity to get him under your control, that's where I'm going, and I'm signing Tarik Skubal, and I'm looking at some of these other big contracts we have, and I'm asking myself underneath this new CBA, do players like Framber, do players like Javier, do those other big contracts, are those the ones you really want to carry? Because that's where my mind instantly goes. It's like, if a cap is coming, I would rather carry that with Tarik Skubal than some of the other players that they got making the big dollars right now. You're telling me a cap space, which they already put their own imaginary cap space on, if that's any smaller, you're telling me that the people that we're going to have making the bread is Javi Magic? That's what we're like, you see what I'm saying? So for me, I would rather go and max out. If you're telling me who's the guy to get the contract, strip everyone's contracts away, there's a hard cap coming, who are we giving the most money to? To me, it's Tarik Skubal. I'm redoing everything, and that's what I'm saying, like, man, this cap space shouldn't make him a casualty. It should make some of these other high-paid people casualties before it's ever Tarik Skubal, because I believe he's contributing at a greater rate, even though he's once every 5 days, than some of the other
players will never sign off on that in the collective bargaining agreement.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying what the Tigers have to do to move off of some of these other big deals.
I get that, but they're going to lock that in place. They won't leave that collective bargaining table without having prior contracts protected, because every team is going to want to do that.
That's why I'm saying I would move, if I'm the Tigers, to prepare for that CBA. I'm trying to move off of some of those big deals.
We'll find out in 2028. Let's take a break here, guys. Woodward Sports, Braylon Edwards Show. I'm Anson with Kool-Aid here. Keep those super chats coming in. Please smash that like and give us a share.
Yeah, because that's going to be...
We'll talk about Supreme?
Yeah. Let's talk about where are we at here?
Supreme Lending.
Yeah, Supreme Lending.
Listen, guys, it's home buying season, and we've got the guys that you need to get in touch with. It's Chad and Chris over at Supreme Lending. Whether you're looking for your new home, first home, or you're upgrading, or you're just looking to refinance and get yourself into a better rate, these are the guys to call. But call them now. They're going to walk you through the process so that when it's actually time to close, you'll be in the best situation possible. So you've got a better interest rate, better terms, maybe that 0% down payment plan that you see there. And Woodward Sports, if you mention us, we're going to save you up to $500 off of your home appraisal. So get in touch with Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today.
Join Detroit City FC for a weeknight under the lights as El Paso Locomotive and Ted Lasso's Danny Rojas come to town Wednesday, June 10th at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets now at DebtCityFC.com.
The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Skubal start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
Buddy's Pizza, the best pizza in the world.
Yum.
We've known about it for 80 years, but the secret is no longer a secret in the rest of the world. It's out, man. We're talking about that Detroit-style deep dish, the best pizza in the world. And we're going to save you 20% off of it. Head on over to Buddy'sPizza.com. That Woodward 20 code that you see right there is going to do just that. It's going to save you 20% off your order that you should make tonight. Why not? It's World Cup time. Get some pie and some football. But listen, guys, if you want to have a pizza party with buddies, that same code is going to save you up to $200 off of their catering. So when you head on over to Buddy'sPizza.com, you can put that / in, add catering, and check it out. Check them out. Buddy's Pizza.
And we back.
We are. I love when you say that.
I
love when you say that. What do you got?
I want to add just one more thing here because I know that
Baseball?
Baseball. Just
No.
one more thing to their contract, man.
Get the fuck out of here with that baseball, bro. Nobody's coming here to hear Detroit Kool-Aid and Cornbread Anson talk about baseball right now.
Not
Throw
long.
it in there, bro. Throw it in.
Just a quick one. They got a whole bunch of just one-year contracts.
Good.
They knew what they were doing.
Good,
Yeah.
sweet. Let's
They
talk
knew what they
about
were
a new contract in Detroit, one that we can trade for.
Talk to me.
Kool-Aid. It's not a guy that I really want, to be honest with you. I don't think that he fits what we do as a Detroit Pistons team. I think that he fits the need. It's like the edge rusher for the Pistons that everybody wants, and that, of course, is the perimeter shooter. And there's a guy, there's a former All-Star, in fact, that is absolutely on the trading block. They want him out of Miami, and that is one Tyler Herro. So for me, I'll get into why I don't love it, but why I do it. Where are you at on this one?
Pretty similar there. You know, you guys have heard me talk about Tyler Herro being the Tyler Herro all-star. That's the barometer if you're a real all-star or not. And I don't quite think he's the one that is the number one, the driver. But you talking about putting him in a situation where he could be the number 2 or the number 3, reduce that usage, put him in situations where not only can he benefit off the gravity that a Cade Cunningham can create, but also he's no slouch on the offensive side of the ball as well. I liked Cade Cunningham off ball. If you're talking about from a point of necessity, from a point of do you think the Pistons are going to make a big move, and this is one that we actually have some heat on, pun intended, this is one that gets me a little bit excited because their moves, their acquisitions, I feel like you have to go back to Jeremy Grant before you actually have an acquisition. Jalen Duren, let me not be crass there, but Jalen Duren and Jeremy Grant, I believe, are your biggest acquisitions, your biggest what you're bringing into this team. And so Tyler Herro would instantly be the biggest acquisition in a long time for your Detroit Pistons. Going back to what, Blake?
Let's not talk about Blake.
Yeah.
But it would be.
Shout out Mattress Lady.
You are correct. For me, this is one that I would do.
Yeah.
It's not the one I'm out pursuing.
Yeah.
Giannis is part of this deal. It looks like a 3-way deal that would potentially bring Giannis Antetokounmpo to Miami in a deal where the Bucks would end up getting the 10th and the 13th pick as well as our 21st pick. So we'd be looking at giving up Karis LeVert, who I am a fan of, but he's never quite been the scorer that Herro has developed into, and he's certainly on the downside of his career. I think that Herro's right in the midst of his peak. Listen, I don't know what we're going to get at 21, but the likelihood of it being able to affect your offense the way that this kid does on day one, I don't think you can find that. The window is now. I think the window's the rest of this decade and even into the 30s. But this team, when you look at the Peasants and what they're doing right now, this should be the Pistons in the finals. And this is the type of offense that gets you there. And Kool-Aid, you ain't got to give up a whole lot.
You don't have to give up a whole lot. And you know what? When you have stars being shuffled and moved amongst teams that want to be in or are in contention, you got to make a move too. As these stars and former All-Stars and potentially future All-Stars are moving around, you got to snag one. And I do believe that Tyler Herro, somebody who we saw become an All-Star, and he was an All-Star 2 years ago when Cade Cunningham made his first team, right? You know, I do believe he can get back to that precipice playing alongside people like Cade Cunningham, Asar Thompson, who makes it a little bit easier for players. You got to think down in Miami, with the amount of time he's going to be playing, there's going to be certain matchups that he's going to have to take responsibility on. But now you're instantly dropping him into a team where you do have Cade, Asar, and ascending Jalen Duren, who got better defensively. So I believe that this will be a situation that actually caters very well to a Tyler Herro, even though, like you said earlier, it's not necessarily what I'm pursuing. But at that All-Star break, and it was some of the content we posted, it was interesting. Who did I see Cade being the most buddy-buddy with during that time before Duren got there? It was this guy on the screen.
Really?
I'm going to go back and try to find that.
Crossover in their
past. They were like the whole pregame and the day before when they did the whole they didn't do it this past year. They left that just for content creators that they signed deals with. But 2 years ago, we got to see the actual practice. Cade and Herro were the ones that were kind of like paired up and buddied up, talking and such like that. So.
Gordon, this is a name in Tyler Herro that we've been hearing associated with the Pistons since before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
You know, I've been that Trey Murphy guy. There's been other names.
Yeah.
If you looked at Miami last year when this guy was a big part of what they did, got to the All-Star game, I think a year later nobody really expected him to be in trade talks. Now, I'm pretty positive he's not going to be with the Heat. Is this somebody that you wanted before, or is this just somebody now that you're okay with?
No, this is somebody that I've been looking at for a while. I think his ability to be that secondary, playmaker, ball handler is really important. Is something that's been a huge, missing piece for these, Detroit Pistons. We saw time and time again when Cade was not on the floor, they didn't have somebody that could reliably take the ball up, start, plays, kind of direct traffic. So we need, somebody that has some cojones on them, that will take tough shots, that will, send the troop, control be the floor general. And if you pair this move with, one other comparable move, I think that would put the Pistons into finals, championship contention.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's too early in the timeline to make a move like that. But I think given some of the free agents that are looking like they're going to be available, or some of the pieces that are looking like they'll be available in trades, I think the Pistons have a lot of room to make a big move and seriously upgrade their roster in the offseason.
They are in a fantastic situation in all terms, in terms of having the capital, the draft picks, the compensatory stuff for the trade exception type of deals, and then you've got this amazing core. Now, when I look at Tyler Herro, the big knock on him is that he can't defend a wet paper bag. 116.6 defensive rating, and you don't want it high.
It's not good,
The
Bob.
lower, the better. Karis LeVert, early on in his career, was a good defender, above average defender. In fact, you look at a guy like Kevin Huerter, in the regular season, not a good defender career-wise. In the playoffs, career, he's actually a well above defender. It's all effort, they say. And obviously, Herro is an athlete. If he comes here, Kincaid, Duran, JB, can they get him to buy in and make him play Detroit-style basketball? Obviously, defensive basketball.
I think Detroit-style basketball is just play hard, try hard. You know, don't be out there looking as if defense is a completely foreign language to you. I believe on this team, you can actually hide him a little bit.
Okay.
You can hide one player, sometimes two, depending on who's around you,
do have an
defensively.
Asar, right?
You do have an Asar. And Cade Cunningham, don't sleep on him. I'm telling
doubt.
you guys, I think he deserves a lot more all-defensive team attention than he actually gets. He turned the blocks up. He turned the stocks up this year, and he's taking on everybody from a 1, 2 to 4. Pick and rolls, he's switching, and he's defending effectively. Give our guy K some more love. But these are the reasons why I do believe you can bring a Tyler Herro here. Is it the most ideal pick? Not necessarily for me, but that's because I know our brands are hardwired to a certain type of player. We'll take a team full of Jerome Williamson. Shout out to the Junkyard Dog. But unfortunately, that's not how you win a championship. And so when you're talking about what we needed, we loved our defense this playoffs. We could have swapped out one of those defenders. Some of those defenders didn't even play whole games. We could have swapped one of those guys out or two of them for Tyler Herro.
That's fast.
I think we could have used it.
Shout out Freddie Felt, matching really nice in some terrible colors today, but he's got the winning shades on. Shout
bright
out the
and
legend.
sunny. Shout out to the maids in
All right,
blue.
I'm going to hit you with this question. I want to hear all of you before we hit our next break.
I was going to say, we got some of that content as well. I'm going to send you a video, Gordon, to the Slack as well.
Gotcha.
But we got Tyler Herro and we got Cade. This was, if you could zoom it out a little,
I would like Tyler.
You could see we were first on the spot, first on the money to getting this content out there. Shout out to Travis who captioned it. I sent in a picture from All-Star break. And we were, I think, a little bit ahead of our time. We said Cade Cunningham and Tyler Herro is a sick
That's fantastic
duo.
work out of you guys at Woodward Sports.
They were the ones I saw walking around, like shooting around together. That's what I'm getting you. They were doing their practices for the three-point shooting contest and all that. They were the ones that were just kind of paired up like we're buddy-buddy. Obviously, last year it was Cade and Duran, and JB Bickerstaff too. But that year or 2 years ago, it was them two.
You know, it's weird. I know of two ring-wearing point guards in Detroit that went to their GMs and said, go get my buddy.
Go get my buddy.
Mark Aguirre, Rashid. I like this one. All right, I want to ask you the hard question here. I'm going to come to you last, Kool-Aid. Gordon, Miami pushes back. Milwaukee pushes back.
Mm-hmm.
We need Ron in the 21. Ron Holland in the 21 for Tyler Herro. Are you pulling the trigger?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
See ya.
Ron Holland played, all of 5 minutes?
Oh, because I remember a whole lot of people around this network mid-season. Ron Holland's untouchable.
Listen,
Let's move Asar.
That was before the playoffs.
I know it wasn't you.
I was on the streams like, hold on, y'all.
So you'd move Ron in a heartbeat for that team.
I love Ron Holland, but for that deal, that's a really good deal. I'm not going to say a heartbeat. I like you, Ron. Shout out to Papa Holland, but yes.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Shoot.
I'll give you a yes as well.
Yeah.
And you know what?
B-Lad, are you is it unanimous here?
Oh, he already
Are we four yeses? Oh, it's unanimous.
See ya, Ron.
We're all in agreement.
You.
Ron,
See
we
ya.
love you, bro, but Tyler Herro would be pretty fucking.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not a
a
diss,
Tyler
but
Herro
it's not a
fan.
diss.
It's
Like,
not a diss.
We're finally to the point.
It's a business.
Yeah, we knew we were going to get to this point. Troy Weaver, for all the talent that he drafted here, go back and look at how many first-round picks we had. I think it was like almost 7, 8, 9
we did.
first-round picks during this time.
Yep.
This was always going to happen. There were going to be players that you start to fall in love with, like even Isaiah Stewart coming up in trade talks. I wouldn't be surprised if this is off-season where a couple players we know to be our heart and soul, we know to be kind of the pillars of grit and starting it here. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys come up in more talks or removed.
I also wouldn't be mad at Beef Stew being gone, too, as a trade piece.
Easy now. Brother, the best thing for Ron Holland is a new place to thrive. Because we already have.
Hey.
Hello?
Shout out to the TV.
All right. Oh.
What's going on back here, guys? Hey.
Oh, it's playing on the.
Wait till y'all. Hold on. Y'all know about Conspiracy Anson, Lions Anson, Pistons Anson. Wait till y'all hear about like music and club, nightlife Anson.
Oh.
That guy, legend.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we were getting a little bit of audio, but I can show the clip of.
Let's do it as we come back from the break, brother.
All
We're
right.
a little overdue.
Perfect.
And we'll catch up with that. But I'm going to tell you guys a little more about another offering from our friends over at Founders, guys. Because for the very first time, they have a canned vodka cocktail. And, well, it's the water hazard you want to get into. It's a bright blue drink with more gains behind me here. I don't know what's going on, but it's a 5% ABV alcohol by volume. It's really perfect for the golf course. It might keep you out of them, or if you have too many, it might get you in there, but you're going to have a great time doing it. Listen, I have tried this one. It's really a fantastic flavor. You got a little bit of citrus, maybe a lemon, a lime, or even an orange, perfectly paired. So next time you're out, get the drink with the water hazard, but make sure that you drink it responsibly.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Thrive Energy Pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Right court swinging, get your head chopped. Point blank, dead stop. 16 bars in a headlock.
Thrive Energy Pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around. The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Skubal start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports.
And let me tell you guys about Massage Chair House. Are you looking to take your relaxation to the next level? Then you've got to check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest. They carry top brands like Infinity and Osaki, making it the go-to destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Be sure to visit Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews, at The Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code you see right above my head. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Hey, and we back.
There we go.
What up,
Gordon, real quick for me, say Chastity to stage #2 in that same voice you just used for the read.
And now we're introducing Chastity to stage #2.
This guy.
Sounds like Nick Cole, sweetie.
This guy. Make it rain. Make it rain. All right, guys.
Are you fast with it, or you just?
You know what? I've being totally honest, never been to one yet.
I'm having fun. I'm going to channel a little of my frustration, though, from whatever was happening back here.
Do you want to see what it was?
No, I don't. I'm gonna.
It was Heroin Cave.
I'm going to sing. Oh, that's what that music was coming from? Okay. So we're going to flip it here in basketball. We're going to go from fun to not so fun. Oh. That's the anger one from One Piece. I love that one so much.
Oh, snap.
All right. First and foremost, give me the video of Cat. Last play against the Spurs, Game 4. It's in the video there. Show me Cat pushing the guys close to Dylan Harper. We got that, guys?
Is that in Slack?
Yeah, it should be in Slack.
It's in there somewhere. All right, guys. I'm pissed, so I'm going to calm down here for a second while we get this all queued up. All right. This football, you got about 15 minutes to get your chats in. You kill the audio, guys. Kill that bed, please.
The One Piece.
I'm not mad right now. But listen, this Derek Moore autograph is coming home. Let's get the super chats in. Please smash, share, like, all of that good stuff. Do we have any super chats that have come in, guys?
I think we have one.
Go ahead and read it for us there, Gordo.
All right, give me 1 second here. All right, I think we have, Jordan Linehart for $5. They have to win at a 600 rate just to get 85 wins this year. You aren't doing that with a team full of below average players. You have to trade. So they were talking about the Tigers there.
Keep those super chats coming in, guys.
Shout out to you guys.
I don't disagree, but I don't think that they're trying to go all in. I think they're in that long-term build right now.
The Cat video is on the way.
Excellent, excellent. So, guys, I'm hot. I'm hot over this whole finals. Kool-Aid, they had it, but there is something going on right now that is driving me crazy. And I'm going to make an appeal. Actually, I'm calling on the 29 other fan bases in the NBA to stand up today and forever moving forward. What's going on in New York is absolutely unacceptable. It's despicable and it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
And you can talk about your franchise being on the precipice of a championship, but you're all peasants. You know what? Even the elite that sit in their six-figure seats in the front
Talk to him,
are
Anson.
peasants. Stiller talking about, all year long about helping people and getting politicized as we watch him walk past homeless people on his way in. You got Taylor Swift, who wants to get into political talks, but she's quiet while the rest of them are all quiet while
you're not a Swiftie?
While their neighbors are literally tracking people down and beating them in the streets. Yep. But let's add insult to injury, guys, because the proud franchise in the proud city, remember the Alamo, of San Antonio, they have sold 54% of their Game 5 tickets to residents with addresses in New York or New Jersey.
Disgusting.
That's
it is.
Absolutely.
So, NBA Nation, I'm talking to all 29 teams that don't call themselves peasants, that don't call New York home. Make it difficult. Make it uncomfortable for every Peasants fan you see for the rest of your NBA-loving life. Hold them accountable because their superstar elite, they're not going to hold them accountable. You hold them accountable. You make it uncomfortable for them when they come to your city. You make it uncomfortable and impossible for them to buy your seats. You make it uncomfortable for them to sit in the stands. Now, you don't get physical. You don't be a peasant. But you let them understand, and the NBA understand, that what's going on in New York right now is absolutely, absolutely unacceptable. And it will not It won't go unresponded to by NBA fans. Step up, NBA fans, and show them that this has to absolutely end. Now, do we have that cat clip?
Yes,
because
I
this
do.
is more of it. The NBA is allowing this kind of behavior. The fact that you are going to be able to do what Cat does here in this clip, let's go ahead and play it. Unbelievable. He's involving fans here, pushing them up on Dylan Harper. 1.2 seconds left here. Now, this play works for San Antonio. In fact, Stephon Castle gets free as he's going to be able to get to the basket here. And because Dylan Harper has no room, because those fans are crowded up on him, Cat gets his hand on that ball.
Grind ball activity.
The fact that the ref at no point stops it and readjusts the fans who shouldn't even be standing during that play.
Yep. They usually tell the fans to get back. You'll see the referees go and tell them, hey, let's calm down, especially if it's like around the play. If it's not around the play, they give them a little bit of latitude, especially if they're standing right in front of their seats. We've all been to these games, and we know how it goes. That was one in which, if that was just the lore of how basketball was played and you allowed that across the league, one, I would love that. I love the atmosphere. It reminded me of playing in Virginia Union, close-up field, but that's not what you allow. And so now you're allowing the New York Knicks to get an advantage in one of the more crucial points of the game. And if you're the Spurs, a team who has a lot of young guys on it, and then De'Aaron Fox, who's supposed to be the older guy to make make sure this team is not making those types of mistakes, this is what's going to happen. You're running Harper, Wemby, Castle. No matter how much you like those young players, they're still young players. And you just took one of the greatest places in basketball history, and you turned that pressure up, and then you turned it up again, and then you got the fans literally. It looked like they were bumping and brushing into him on the inbound pass.
Tampa Lions Club. Adam Silver is an absolute slouch for doing nothing about this, and he's not
100%.
going to. So, NBA fans, you have to show the peasants that there are actions for their or consequences for their actions.
Listen,
I'm going to tell you, if I see a Knicks fan in Detroit, I'm going to let them know.
It's over.
I'm not even laughing. This isn't funny to me. I'm the Detroit heckler. I'm not putting hands on them, but I'm going to let them know. Because if they think that there are no repercussions for their actions, that they could just freely travel throughout the country and attend basketball games after their actions, they've got something coming. Come on to the 313, peasants.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, my guy Anthony. You know what? After the malice at the palace, right? Do you know what happens anytime there's a kerfuffle? Anytime somebody sneezes wrong on the court, do you know what they make Mason do? Hey, fans, NBA code of policy, stay in your seats. And all the fans are like, we're not even doing nothing. They got us on like super alert, but they're literally allowing the Knicks fans to touch players. That to me is kind of wild. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you're at the arena. As soon as we start booing a ref, all of a sudden the NBA code of conduct policy for fans pops up, and Mason has to remind people, stay in your seats. Don't go down to the court. Stay in.
Yep.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. They're on our tails, man.
Everything changed after the
you already know what it is. Detroit versus everybody. Yeah, but then why is it any different with Madison Square and the Knicks when you see what's happening outside their arena? Are you not worried in the least bit? In the least bit? Like, that to me is the wild part. Like, if that happened to us, I'd be a little heated.
Kool-Aid, if I'm being honest, though, like with the price of those tickets to even get in the joint, there's a reason why, the people that are outside of the arena are acting a fool because they ain't got nothing to lose. The people that are inside the arena, they can, get away with bumping up against the play a little bit, but they're not going to be throwing drinks or anything because, being at MSG for them, that's a flex. That's something, you got to show off in the Instagram pictures. So,
we would hope. I'm sure something crazy happened in that arena.
Let me ask you guys. Am I out of line?
Absolutely not.
No.
Am I out of line calling Detroit and every other NBA city to make life hell for Knicks fans when they come into your city?
No, because they do it to everybody else.
Yeah. The moment you lay eyes on them, they got a Peasants jacket on, a Peasants jersey on, you give them hell.
Oh, yeah.
They need some absolute consequences for their actions because Adam Silver, as they mentioned, is not going to give it to them. Sneaker Chick in the chat, W. Anson. shout out
Exactly
with the
right.
super chat there. You get a job opportunity to get that.
Best believe they'll be hearing me if I see somebody wearing some Nick shit downtown.
I love the Ebony Ivory fist bump emoji too. I love that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Shout out middle aged sneaker chick.
Listen, I'm hot. I've been thinking about it last night, and like part of me, I don't want a rallying cry. I mean, like, you know, I don't want it to be June 6th. You know what I'm talking about here, but
no, you just let them know.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be putting this up on Twitter, and I'm gonna share it to anybody that I can, because I think every single city, every single fan base, and again, I'm not talking about being physical. I'm not talking about doing anything like that. If it's a family, leave them be.
No, there's a
But
difference.
you see some people that were cheering this shit on, because you know Knicks Nation is.
Look.
Peasant Nation is. You let them know when they come to your city.
Take some cues though, Knicks fans. Act like you've been there. Like, I get it. You guys haven't been there in a while. Just like Lions fans haven't been to anything really ever. And guess what? When we got our opportunity to take over the nation, when we got our opportunity to take over other arenas, when we got our opportunity to show out right here, nothing bad happened. Only positive. I'm talking about we set records. I'm talking about Lambeau Field became ours. That's where Jared Goff, he grew his Detroit pyramid and was like, I'm not a poor man's anything. That's what I'm talking about. We got the example already. We set that example already. Now the Knicks get a little bit of something, and they're going crazy with it. But with us, you already know. That's why I'm going to continue to go back to that. Mason, see if they'll get you to say anything different, bro, because we are not the Knicks fans that they try to make us out to be. I'm hoping if I'm not hearing this stuff from New York next year for their fans, just turning a blind eye. I think Silver is soft on them.
Yeah. Michael Wary in the chat, super chat, $2.
Shout
Shout
out
out Kool-Aid. Keep preaching
shout out
the
my
facts.
Kool-Aid.
And last thing on this, we are going to come back and actually have some fun and leave you with some good energy for the weekend. But to all my canales and vatos in San Antonio, rise up on Saturday and let them feel you in San Antonio. Remember the Alamo.
No pause.
No doubt about it. Tell them about Art and Jake's, Mr. Dent.
I will tell them about Art and Jake's. You guys already know they got TVs everywhere. So it's the only place to be if you're not going to be at a Woodward Sports remote. Summer nights, cold drinks, and Tigers baseball. Woodward Sports is heading to Art and Jake's in Sterling Heights for Detroit Tigers watch party. Come hang out with the crew as we will be live Tuesday, June 30th at 7 p.m. as Detroit takes on the New York Yankees, and they will be pulling into a tie with the Cleveland Guardians by that time. So Tigers is back, baby. You don't want to miss the parade. Single pitch with over 80 wall-to-wall TVs, 22 draft beers on tap to keep you refreshed, and a menu packed with absolute fan favorites. Come party with us, grab a Founders, and watch the Tigers take down the Yankees in Sterling Heights on June 30th. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Hey guys, we've got this awesome new partnership with Yaldo Eye Center. They've been doing it for over 30 years. You've seen everybody from Rip Hamilton and everybody in between talking about these guys. And you know why? It's because they're the best in the business, doing it for over 30 years, over 100,000 successful procedures. LASIK surgery, it is painless. It takes 8 minutes. That's it. And the next day, most patients are seeing 20/20 that quickly, guys. So right now, take advantage of their summer promotion that they are doing with us here at Woodward Sports. $16.99 per eye, regardless of your prescription. You'd be blind as a bat, and they're not going to charge you any more for that. So head on over to yaldoeyecenter.com. You're going to put in that / again. Add the $16.99 at the end there so you can go right to that awesome special. Or you can give them a call, 248-553-9800, and learn more for yourself. But I need you to get your eyes right, because coming up, there's something you have to see. Oh boy. If you were there at the first one, you already know. If you don't, you better find out. And you can on Friday, June 19th, starting at 5 p.m. The heavyweights, they're bringing back the subathon. We're talking about ball gags. We're talking about collars. We're talking about gimp masks. We're talking about furries and all kinds of wild stuff in between. And last time they went for 16 hours. It's up to you guys. You can make it go even longer. Every time you super chat, they have to stay longer. So if you really do your job, none of us have to come in and do our job all next week. But let's actually keep them through the weekend, guys. So get your wallets ready. It's going to a good cause. The heavyweights, subathon, June 19th, Friday. Let's go.
And
Yes.
real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to our guys in the chat. We got Freddie Felt 313. This donation is dedicated to my father.
$20 super
Yes,
chat.
$20 super chat. Shout out to Freddie Felt. This donation is dedicated to my father, who is coming out of surgery at this very moment. He is the reason I'm a diehard sports fan, and most importantly, a Michigan man. Go Blue. P.S. The doggone ball is mine. If you want to show that off real quick, Kool-Aid.
Yeah, show that one, Kool-Aid. No, not that one. That's the one Freddie just gave to you.
He wants
this.
Oh,
He wants this
okay.
one.
I do gotta shout out our guy.
That's
Freddie
why he's
Felt.
here.
He brought in this basketball. Like, he's here for his family, but he still comes in to do for us. Brought in this basketball from the Hall of Fame, NBA Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame, actually, from Springfield, Massachusetts. So shout out to him. I am going to actually get this signed by a couple legends. One, Zeke and Tim Hardaway.
There you go. And Michael Wary disputes. He says that ball is his. He's got $5 or more super chat. Shout out Freddie Felt. Came home to take care of his dad. May God continue to keep and bless you, sir. Shout out to both those legends in the chat. You've got about 3, 4, 5 minutes until we finish this fun segment to get your super chats in. If you want a shot at this Derek Moore signed ball, sneaker chick in with a $5 super chat right here. Put Freddie's name on my entry. Shout out to Dad. That's fantastic. There's 4 more for Freddie Felt.
I love our chat.
Shout out.
All right, guys. So one of the things that I've been loving as we kick off the World Cup here in North America and Central America, shout out our friends down south in Mexico, is all the foreigners coming to town and going crazy over American culture, because, you know, we supposedly had a PR issue with this country in the last 5 or so years. They make you believe, at least, but these guys and gals and everyone in between that are coming from out of the country are loving it. Cue it up. Walk us through it, Gordo, and tell me what you think, guys.
Yeah, real quick. So showing off first here, we have, I believe, I think this one's a flyover at Soldier Field in Chicago. The first time that we, I believe, some Europeans.
Germans are eating it up.
Oh, look at that. They absolutely love that.
Yes, they love that one. I saw that one in multiple
way
angles.
closer than I'm used to.
Right.
What kind of flyover is that?
Those are the big fellas.
Those are military.
Yeah.
Yeah, and real quick, while I queue up another video, Cam, do you want to pull up a couple of?
That was actually at the Auburn game, I guess, Auburn Stadium that they were at, and you know, it's funny because we see all of these clips of these overseas games, and everything is just so full and wild. But here they are coming here, and they're blown away, not only by our arenas, but also our fast food. The Holy Land.
The Holy Land.
Toxic Hell, a.k.a. Taco Bell. They were quite excited over this.
You said toxic, man. Don't be talking about my roll paint cheese.
Oof. Not a Toxic Hell guy, bro.
That stuff, man.
Not at all. This one is one of my favorites.
This is my favorite.
So I got a side story in this. I lived in Hungary. I lived in Budapest in 2000, right? And there was a guy that I knew that lived 3 floors below me in the apartment complex I stayed in, and he found out that my dad was coming out to see me. So he's like, "Do you think your dad can meet up with my mom to pick a few things up?" I was like, "Sure." Shirts, hats, shoes, whatever. He had her bring 2 half-gallon things of ranch, because ranch did not exist in Europe. Apparently, it still doesn't. Literally, my dad flew out 2 giant hidden ranch things of that. But yeah, they love themselves some ranch, man.
Goodness gracious.
You a ranch guy?
Yeah, I like ranch, but I got in trouble over ranch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it kind of brought it down a little bit. I was in high school, senior year, feeling myself. Had some stuff from Dearborn, some scouts and such. Me and my friends, we went out to party at Chuck E. Cheese. My friend worked there, right?
Shout out Chuck E.
Cheese.
This story could go so many directions right now.
That we wanted to start throwing crazy things out the window, like ranch-filled condoms. We didn't know, mind you, we're young and dumb, that there are cops behind us. It just smacked their windshield, dog. They pulled us over and kept us there for like an hour and a half. Like, just like, and they scared. I was like, bro, what are you doing? They're like, you're going to college, man. What are you doing out here doing this stuff? I'm like, we're just having fun. No, we had no idea. They're like, what'd you throw out the window? It was hilarious, though, man. Like, I look back on it now, I'm not going to laugh at it. But in the heat of it, they literally kept us there an hour and a half over that until they verified exactly what it was. And we had to tell them, like,
that's the power of ranch.
Yeah. So
you thought you were so clever too. I could see them like, what should we put in it?
Yes,
get the ranch.
And I was the one sometimes just sit back and just go with things. I knew like this is not a good idea, but it sounds
I hope your
fun.
boys don't go back and watch this episode one day.
Duncan Stewart in the chat, a windscreen facial. That's hilarious. We do have the video from.
Yeah, keep those ones coming. What is this one? Not gonna lie, big gulps from 7-Eleven are easily one of my favorite things I've discovered in America so far. I saw another one of a guy, and he's just fired up over the refills.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, it's free. I'll have another.
Yeah.
And
then I'll have 10,000 Cokes.
Now, this one I side with them.
Well,
when I first started seeing this.
Yeah, relatable.
Like, I think it was the theaters that got these first.
Yeah.
Shout out Cadoba.
What am I doing here?
You know exactly what you're doing.
Overwhelming.
What are you doing there? What are you doing exactly? You know exactly? Which one are you pressing?
Yep, Sprite, and I'm mixing the pineapple and the strawberry.
Oh.
Or I'm just going classic Diet Dr. Pepper.
But see, that's it. It might be a generation thing. This thing to me is like, what the hell's going on here?
You are a mixologist.
I'd walk away from it.
It's like my grandma trying to program the VCR time. I'm going Barks root beer or cream soda.
Oh, God. The 2 worst possible options.
No, it's
Anson.
not all
it's okay.
Anson,
Young
what
man,
is that?
Young man, one of these days your taste buds will develop and you'll enjoy it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. My taste buds are
Speaking of taste buds, now listen, shout out to Freddie LA7.
This guy's hilarious.
Freddie from Germany is absolutely crushing the content right now. I hear radio stations playing songs for him and his crew. Yep. They're traveling all over. Welcome to the U.S. We're going to try and get you on the show, my friend. But Buc-ee's has taken the nation by storm recently. Yes. Yeah. So I can only imagine, like he says, this is a gas station.
The European mind cannot comprehend.
Dude, I can't comprehend this.
So real quick, I want to get this one last video. This was cool. I believe this one was at Auburn.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. This one. The quote on there is like, there's an eagle flying around.
I wish I could do the Spenny eagle screech. I don't have that one in the bag, unfortunately.
Spenny was in here. It's like, Spenny, give it to us.
Right.
Give it to us. All right, let me catch up with these super chats. Please read them. We got a couple more. Boy. We got one last one from Michael Wary and then Maddie Fresh. I'm going to update the wheel and we're going to get spinning and get you guys out of here.
But I'm for real. Gordon, that is a legit skill. His little eagle call.
So funny. Real quick, though, I can go ahead and read here. This was middle-aged.
No. We already got that one.
Oh, we got that?
Yeah,
Michael Weary and Maddie Fresh?
Yes, sir.
All right, Michael Weary says, at Freddie Felt, the ball is mine. And at Maddie Fresh, $5 donation. Kool-Aid is a legend. Looking forward to that Woodward Pistons content this summer.
Me too.
Me
too, baby.
Hey, definitely check it out. We just had Lindsay on the channel. We've been going live a lot more. Every Sunday, you're going to definitely see my Beat Report streams right after Woodward and Main Street. So definitely continue to tap in. We got a lot of content on the way as well. But Lindsay and I, we're going to be going, we're going to have a show on the channel at least once a week as well as some live. So
Lindsey Hunter, baby. I
Appreciate
was
you,
at
Matty.
the Palace when they drafted him. All right, shuffling 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shall it be?
166 entries. Great
Whoa,
job, guys. Here comes the
shout out.
spin.
Oh, man. Michael Weary, let's see. That's who my money's on.
Freddie
Felt.
Freddie
He did call his shot.
Yep,
he did call his shot.
Wow.
Freddie Felt is taking us. Hey, and we don't even have to ship it out. We don't even have to ship it out.
Hey, how karmic is that, right? He brought me a ball, and he gets to go
one
home
back,
with one.
right?
Shout out.
Shout
And this
out.
one actually has Derek Moore's autograph on it. This is kind of fire.
Kinda.
Hey, Freddie, I'll get it to you, bro, okay?
Yeah.
You can trust me.
Don't worry. I'll get it to you, Freddie. Listen, Braylon and the rest of us will be back next week, as you know and love. And we love you guys. We've been seeing more of you in there. We've been seeing you guys more active. We're going to get something very cool for you again next week so that those super chats mean something. Keep on smashing that like button. Please do it before you leave. Keep sharing the stream. On behalf of Braylon, on behalf of B-Lad, the all-star intern, on behalf of Good Vibes, Sweet Potato.
What up, dog? Have a nice weekend, y'all.
And then, of course, our guy filling in, Mr. Gordon. Appreciate you.
For sure.
Intern Damon in the building.
Shout
out.
And
Damon.
Mr. Basketball himself.
What up,
Kool-Aid,
bro?
it's always wonderful to have you back. I'm Anson Wells. Enjoy your damn weekend, y'all.